So we all have a dual nature. We all have an ego and we all have mastery. It really, the difference between any of us is what we focus on. Are we focusing on our mastery or are we focusing on our ego? Hi, my name is Elizabeth Eleanor. I'm an intuitive empath and I've been on a journey for 27 years working out this whole spiritual thing from the very start when I spiritually woke up in a bit of a story, like it's not something that I was expecting, but I got 3 shooting stars when I was asking if I was on the right path, and have had similar experiences all the way through from those 3 shooting stars to meeting the love of my life on the beach. My maiden name was Payne and his last name is Makepeace. So the universe, my mastery at connecting with the superconscious is what I call it, is by focusing on what it is, the intention that I'm choosing to create. So what I do is I focus on what it is that I'm truly wishing in my life and what I know that the universe is supporting me with. Wishing might not be the right word. It's more that I set the intention to really understand my higher aspects, that mastery side, and not to focus on the ego that was raised, last child, only daughter, 7 years between me and my brothers, 6, 7 years. There was, living in the western suburbs of Sydney, all of the things, dad on a kidney machine, mum worked too much. I can tell you a story and a story and a story of all the ways that my life is and was traumatic. And I'm sure that you can tell me the same, right? We've all got our story, and all of us have got the opportunity to go through that story, is what they call the hero's story or the hero's journey or the heroine's journey, right? Because we all have the opportunity to not be aware of who we are and then start having this, going through this process and this trauma of, life being way too much for us. And then waking up or having the opportunity to wake up, and we either take that opportunity or we don't. And for those that don't take that pill, right, don't take the red pill, they get stuck in the loop of that first part of the cycle in their life. And they get stuck in the egoic agenda, the part of us that feels small, feels broken, feels invalid, all of those things, and is constantly looking for validation. Excuse me. Or we can actually have that moment. We all have this moment where we can take that awareness and run with it and have an opening, expansion of consciousness where we recognize that there is way more than this little story. And what happens in that opportunity is that we have this moment where we can see a bigger future. We see more possibility. We see that we've got a higher potential. We see that potentially those dreams and desires of our childhood years, right? Those ones that where we had this, expanded version of ourselves and we allowed our imagination to run wild. Those parts of us come into play and go, it's real. This is your truth. And it's given to us like on a little platter, right? And we have the opportunity to rise to that level, to expand our horizons, to live beyond the sky. But what happens is that unconscious part of us also has a level. And the unconscious wants to hold you at a particular level that feels known. It feels safe, even if it's not. It feels comfortable, even if it's not. The reason it feels comfortable and safe is because it's known. And the unconscious wants to stay with what's known. So you may have had a terrible childhood, emotionally abusive, even physically abusive. And you can come out of that childhood, move into adulthood, leave the house, the family house, and start living your own life. And if you don't have those same patterns in your adult life that you had as a child, then the unconscious will seek them out, because this is what the unconscious knows. There's a saying that, if you were growing up where every time you woke up, you got hit by a hammer, when you leave that family home, then you will actually go looking for a hammer. And this is why so many people end up in emotionally, physically, or neglectful relationships, because of the patterns of behavior from childhood that now become normal. Now, this means that now our unconscious or our subconscious has a level that it won't go beyond, even when we seek something new, something outside of that, it will always bring you down. And you see this with people that win the lotto, people that win millions and millions of dollars. And if they're unconscious at this level of financial hardship, not worthy, not deserving, all of those things, and then all of a sudden they get this huge windfall, their unconscious, unless they do something about it, will bring their level down, and they end up losing all of that money. So it's not about ability, it's about consciousness, it's about your level of freedom and consciousness, and whether you are a truth seeker, because the truth is obvious. The truth is, it's not my truth or your truth, it's just the truth. Truth is obvious, and truth is the way you get out of the matrix. So when you can rise above your limitations here and move into truth, where one of the truths, two of the truths are that you are a creator and you are powerful. They're two principles, they're two premises that work continuously in your life if you rise to that level of awareness. So if there's something not going well in your life, there's something that there's a loop, there's a pattern, there's a bump in the system, as I call it, then that is you being held down in this pattern of behavior through your unconscious. And what it is recognizing the pattern of what you do and stopping that pattern, letting go of that pattern. Stop the dysfunction, the thing that you do over and over again to distract yourself, to avoid the confrontation, to walk into aggressive and abusive cycles over and over again. Whatever it is, there's a pattern that you are doing yourself that's keeping that creation in your life. And so when you can work out what that pattern is, you can stop the behavior before the cycle starts again. If you enjoyed this session, give me a thumbs up, let me know. All the things are down below, all my websites, all the things you can connect. Please subscribe, hit the notification or the bell for notifications, all the things, and I'll catch you tomorrow.